Welcome to Open Up Forum, where we talk about anything and everything and give you a golly perspective on it. Hey, we back.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't been consistently back for about a month now. Is it a month?
With
It's
the
about
whole
3-4 weeks at the whole crew.
Something like that.
So, and yo, America, happy 250th birthday. It's the 4th of July, 250 years of being an independent country.
Although we were
United
enslaved
States
at the time, but
Hey, it's a lot of stuff. You know what? I don't know if any other country has not had the problems we had.
What do you mean, recently?
Nah, I ain't talking about
Back in
recently.
the day.
Through their creation.
Oh yeah,
European nations
becoming a nation. Yes,
becoming a nation.
Mhm.
There's always trouble in becoming a nation or becoming a civilized country. So yes, United States, we have had our problems in this country. A lot of them. It's still a lot going on, but it's not like we can't celebrate us being a country. I said, because I was watching this morning they're doing a nice big celebrity on ABC network. It's Channel 7 over here, but the ABC network is doing a lot of good, like touring the country and giving their perspective.
Okay.
History. They went to Idaho. They was in Boston, Philly, all the stuff I was talking about. They was in Coney Island and they was showing the hot dog eating contest. What had me rolling.
Oh, is that today?
Yeah, that's today.
Johnny Chestnut? Oh, Joey Chestnut?
Yeah, I'm telling you, he was blowing. When I was
That man
watching
could
it,
eat
he
some,
was
huh?
blowing
He could eat
people
some hot
out.
dogs.
He had like 40 dogs down.
He could eat some hot
at
dogs.
a like short amount of time, like 2-3 minutes. I was like,
If I ate if I ate like 3-4 hot dogs, I'd be throwing up for the rest of
I
the
know,
day.
that's what I'm saying.
How he does
And
that?
I'm
I
like,
have no
I
clue.
don't have no clue. But Chestnut, yeah, he was in the league when I was
Oh yeah,
when
he's
I
the
was
man.
watching.
I think he got the crown right now. I don't think
Mhm.
nobody got him.
And look, they went out to Idaho this morning and talked to farmers and talked to how the farmers, how there was generational farmers. There's a guy in Idaho, I don't remember his name, but he's 6th generation farmer. His father had it, grandfather and great grandfather. So he like 6th generation out of being a farmer in Idaho. Which is great. And they had asparagus. They was growing everything. I was like, in livestock too. So I was like, yo, that's amazing. That's amazing. And I think, and that, for me, I think that's like the backbone. Them guys like that, like the backbone of this country, because they keep this country going by the products and stuff they grow and take care of. So I just commend United States on that. And then they, of course, they celebrated the military also, which I got to commend Ronald over here.
Yeah, that's right. You were a military
He's in the
guy.
military. I couldn't.
He's over here on the
That's
front
right.
Texas,
Congratulate you, man, and thank you for your service, because you did your thing.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
And shout out to Morocco, the country of Morocco, because they were the first people to say that the United States of America is a country.
Okay.
They were the first.
To acknowledge America as a country.
Yeah, you could say that, to acknowledge America as a country. Yeah,
Oh, I ain't know
Morocco was the first, and they did that because the Moors were here, and probably was going, probably was a lot of Moors here and over there.
Oh
But,
yeah.
they look like us.
Yeah.
Some of
Absolutely.
them. Some of them did. Some of them didn't.
Yeah. And I was interested. They was in San Antonio, Texas, where part of San Antonio, Texas, they had the Alamo, of course, and
Yeah.
they got that part of San Antonio was originally Mexican.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah. We
So,
know.
now, but they extended it out.
Texas.
Yeah, they extended it out
A lot of
to
that
be
was
the United
Mexican.
States.
Mhm.
So, basically, what I'm saying is, there's Mexicans, U.S. Mexicans in this country, and
They were here before the Europeans got here.
Exactly. He said they was here before the European got here. So,
Are you
what
saying
I'm
they look like
is-
they look now? Are those the people that you're talking
What
about?
you talking?
The Mexicans that look like they look now?
they generations of Mexicans? Because
But the first Mexicans wasn't the way them guys look now.
okay,
Why weren't
They
they?
were dark. They were like us. That's why. The first Mexicans were like us.
They still have those people.
Listen,
They still exist.
yeah, but not all over Mexico. You could find them on like different places, but it's not well known. They don't popularize that as black people in Mexico. The only reason why they talked about it is because they found those big, humongous heads of black
The
people
Olmecs.
in Mexico.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
the
there's
Olmecs.
no way you can say that there weren't no black people there. You think those other looking Mexicans made masks of our people? Because I don't think so.
Well,
And-
if you look at the original Mexicans
they were black.
and you look at the original what they want to call quote unquote indigenous people of
They were
America,
black too.
they have very striking features that are greatly similar.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to tell a friend of mine, I love the brother dearly. I truly do love the brother.
Well, why are
dearly.
you telling them nonsense if you love them?
What you talking about?
Go ahead, finish.
Yeah,
And maybe
please let
I
me
think
finish.
you're going
Yeah,
in
yeah,
another
yeah.
direction that maybe you're not even going there.
So I was trying to tell his brother because he's under the influence that he's not African ancestry.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
I can
tell him,
understand
I
that.
said,
Some of us
"Bruh,
aren't.
No, there's nobody on the planet that's not of African ancestry. Facts,
now listen,
100%
listen.
facts.
If you're talking
Listen,
about from the beginning,
Even if you want to do it from an evolutionary perspective, it's going to be African ancestry.
yes.
If you do it from a creation perspective, it's going to be African ancestry.
yes,
So the reality is you have African ancestry in your DNA.
in your DNA,
That's
yes.
just a fact.
yes, in your DNA.
So he's trying to tell me,
but
nah.
that's not where
He's trying to say, no, we
didn't.
didn't, we was already here. I
Yeah.
said,
But we had to
I
get over
said-
here somehow.
I
mean,
said,
come on. And
that's my
but
point.
some people don't realize the whole.
That's my point.
Some people don't respect the whole out of Africa thing.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care about them people.
But I do.
I don't care
like
about
that
them
out of-
people because those people should know better. They should know
Well,
better.
everybody's entitled to what
90%
they
of those
believe.
people are probably racist. Probably. Now, he's under the impression that we were already here. I
You think
said,
black
so,
people are racist against black people. Is that what you said?
I said 90% of those people are probably racist. Because
we talking about black
there's some people, well, most of the people that don't believe in the outer Africa theory aren't black. The majority don't believe that, you know.
We agree on that.
So when you look at that, and I was trying to tell this brother, and again, I love him dearly. I do truly love him. We've been boys for over 30 years. And I'm trying to tell him, but look, bro, he just developed just like the last maybe 10, 15 years ago.
Mhm.
Watching YouTube. There's one cat in particular that he
You sure will
watches.
do it.
And he's like, yeah, our DNA is different and we got different blood types.
That's true though.
I
We
said,
do.
bro, first and foremost, you got to understand, you're confusing the two. In our blood groups, that's what you're talking about. All blood groups can be defined.
Yeah.
All blood groups can be defined. And some blood groups overlap because of the interactions between the cultures, the ethnic groups, ethnicities.
Mm-hmm.
These are facts.
Yeah.
Hit you with the facts.
That's science. Science.
So I said, now,
scientific facts.
when our own people who were historians began researching how did we get here, you can't sit there and reject their findings. I'm trying to tell this brother that.
Mhm.
You can't reject their findings. They not only prove that we came from the motherland, the continent of Africa, to here, to North American continent. He didn't say to America. He said the North American continent. You're talking about the whole entire region,
from
north
Canada
and
to
all the way
Mexico,
down.
right?
Yes, all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
And not only did they prove it, they mapped it out and showed you that there are currents that ships actually traveled
Mm-hmm.
to get here.
That's
I'm
a
sitting
fact.
there and I'm sharing this with them. I'm like, bruh, all you gotta do is research this. Stop listening to these cats on YouTube that's telling you this fantastic story that we were always here before, and we don't have nothing to do with Africa.
Well,
That's a
not true.
bold-faced lie.
Yeah, that we don't have nothing to do with Africa. That part's
That's
not
a
true.
bold-faced lie.
But some
I
of
said-
us are.
I said,
indigenous to this
listen.
land.
You're talking about generationally. You have Hebrew Israelite scholars who found ancient Hebrew culture here in America that's identical to what they call the indigenous people, the Native Americans here. So how was that even possible? Because if you're trying to say that they were here first, and you're saying they went over there and they put the culture over there and they came back, no. They came from near to here. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
They came from that region to
There's some
now.
people-
Now,
you get an
now the
argument with
Hebrew
some people.
Israelite scholars all document this. They prove this
Okay, but let me
because
say
they
this.
was trying to. They would be in exile, and in their being exiled, in their exilation, they moved from that area to another part of the world, and from that area to another part of the world, and from that area to another part of the world till they got here
Mhm.
in America. This is why you have a lot of the Native American cultures that are very similar to the ancient Hebrew cultures, from the style of the dress to some parts of the language.
That's a fact.
Mhm. Mhm.
I just want that brother to get the truth,
But-
man. Wake up and
but-
realize,
but-
oh, stop hating on black people.
But listen, I want to say this.
Stop hating on black history.
I want to say this because you never let.
'Cause
me
you're still
get a chance
black.
to
Go
say
ahead.
anything, but
Go
let
ahead.
me say this. Do you know they found ancient artifacts in the Grand Canyon
I heard about
that's
it. Yes,
older than
I
the
heard
stuff
about
from
I heard
Egypt?
I,
So,
I don't
you know,
know
it's a
about.
lot
I
of
don't know.
stuff.
The older part is not necessarily true,
Listen.
but
I can't
they found
argue
it.
that. I can't argue that
So
because
don't.
I'm not the one
Right,
that carbon dated it.
right.
So I guess you are, since you know for a fact.
No,
that
I
it's
just
not.
read the story,
Right.
and I read the story. Both I
So
read
you
both sides.
came out.
I read
believing
both-
one thing, and I came out believing something else.
Exactly.
From the same.
That's
story.
that's
That can
normal.
happen.
That's normally happens all the time. Happens a lot. Happens all the time.
Because I think
'Cause
it's
they-
possible.
they
that
found
I
artists-
think it's possible that this country or this
How?
what do you call it? This
How?
Continent. It could be the oldest continent on the planet.
I doubt
wouldn't
that.
know because they never teach us history.
I doubt that.
They don't
it's the
teach us
oldest-
history. You
No,
can doubt
no.
it.
I
You can doubt
can
it.
say
That's the
this.
problem.
I can say this. I can say this, and this is probably more true than anything. At one time, the landmass was probably connected,
Yeah.
Mhm.
so
was
the
three
whole
different
region,
ones. It
so
was
the
three
whole
different
region could be, one great big area.
See, now
where
you're opening your
everybody-
mind and talking. Yes,
My
that-
mind
that's
has
what I'm
always
saying.
been open.
Well, no,
But here's
because
the
you were saying
reality.
no, and now
No,
you're
no.
saying, oh,
I'm
yeah,
saying
well, it could be.
it's not older than that. That's found in
You can't make that distinction.
because listen.
You listen, y'all. He's making that distinction, not
Yes.
me. I would never say anything that crazy.
Don't be
And the-
surprised
but-
if the distinction that I'm making is actually correct.
But the reason,
Matter of fact, don't take my word for it. Research it for yourself, because they said they found documents as well. They found evidence of ancient cultures in Mississippi, parts
right,
of Mississippi.
that's right,
So
Right here in America.
I'm
That's
looking
right.
at this,
and mounds,
and again-
they got pyramids too.
and again, our African American historians who researched this back in the 60s and the 70s brought this to light way back then, and it was rejected.
Well, that's not 100%
It was
true.
rejected.
That's
It was
not
rejected.
100% true because Henry, I believe his name is Henry, and his wife Mary they were white,
Mhm.
and they were among the first
Mhm.
to ever discover
Mhm.
the oldest head that came from anywhere on this planet,
Mhm.
and it was a black woman in Africa.
Yeah, but
And
I'm
they
talking about here in
also
America.
say-
I'm talking about our African American
No,
historians.
Bro, you were talking about the out of Africa thing. So I'm saying that
Yeah,
the
but I'm
first head
focusing on this part of it being
but I'm
America
saying
right
the
now.
first
Our
thing-
historians.
but I'm saying the
Yeah,
first
I don't
the
deny that.
oldest
I don't
skull
deny that at all.
that was ever found
yes.
was
Yes.
it was a
That's
woman
true.
in Africa.
That's
But,
true.
Was this here first?
That's true.
I don't know.
No.
Good chance it was.
No.
I say I wouldn't say
The
no.
human because the human
Yeah.
life print. Listen.
But I wouldn't say no. if
What
I
is
didn't
the-
know.
So research it, so you'll know.
All right.
All right.
There's no need to research it.
Yeah.
We have different information. There's nothing wrong with
Look,
that. You're
look.
supposed to enlighten me. I'm supposed to
All you
enlighten
got to
you.
do is say. All you got to do is
But
just
I
look
don't
up.
agree with a lot
Just
of
look
stuff
up.
you say.
That's true. All you got to do is look it up and say. Let's just look up. Say like, what's the oldest human fossil on the North American continent?
They on the North American continent?
Yeah.
Okay.
You look that up.
But now you're going over your own thing. You're going over your own thing.
So,
You look
you don't
that
even know
up.
what you're talking
Let
about
me
anymore.
finish this. Let me finish this. So
Go ahead,
because you just jump in
So
on
we can
half the
move on.
story, and that's dangerous. That's where accidents happen. See, you try to beat the
Sure
young.
don't know what that
Trying
means,
to beat
but
the
anyway.
red light. Try to beat the red light. Stop trying to beat the red light. You jumping in the middle of the driveway and everything. The fairway. So the
I
the
bet you what I'm saying. is true.
crosswalk. So what happens is when you look at the oldest life force or evidence of life on this continent, you research that. Then you look at the oldest evidence of life in Europe, research that. oldest evidence of life in Asia. Research that. Then go to the oldest evidence of life in Africa. And it's very easy to map this thing out.
Mhm.
It's not
I agree with that.
complicated. And I'm going to tell
I agree
you
with that, but they give us
before
some
you
fake stuff.
even do that, I'm going to get you to this point before you even get there. You're going to find that the oldest evidence of life anywhere on the planet is in Africa.
Mhm. I wouldn't doubt that.
All facts.
But they do have some stuff that's older than the African, thing.
Okay.
They do.
All right, so originally what I was talking about is San Antonio. The
Well, we're talking
Mexicans-
about the Mexicans.
Yeah, they Mexican
All right,
Americans,
go ahead.
and they
All right,
did
sorry,
identify that it was a time where black people,
Mm-hmm.
Mexicans,
Mm-hmm.
and other, cultures
Populated
was
that's part of it.
populated
Mhm.
there.
Mhm.
So my thing is, and it was funny to me because he said even the guy who was actually
Right.
the host and the narrator of the whole thing,
Mhm.
I forgot his name, but he's the Mexican guy. He do the 2020.
Okay, go ahead,
Mexican
man.
guy.
Go ahead.
But anyway, he went
2020.
back to
That was
because he was
Geraldo
raised
Rivera,
in-
right?
Nah,
Who
that's
did 2020? I don't even remember.
the Spanish
Oh,
dude.
man, we
He's a
gonna get
Mexican
stuck on
dude.
this
It's not
too.
Geraldo, though.
No, it's not.
No, Geraldo was. I think he was
Quintos-
Channel 5.
I can't think of his name.
So
right
what was the point
now.
of
But
this
the
though?
point of it is, it was funny to me because he picked cotton.
Okay.
This guy?
This guy when he was younger,
Yeah.
and when
That's
he
like
had,
as
they
a
ran
slave?
on hard times.
Yeah.
Nah, but he was free. Yeah, when they
Mhm.
ran on hard times to get through, they picked cotton.
Mhm.
Oh,
That's
In the
part of the
field.
history.
And he was in the field
Yeah.
where he picked the cotton.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's part of the history of
Yeah.
Texas too. Cotton.
Yeah.
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 And,
San
and
Antonio.
a lot of people don't know that.
So this is what
Virginia
I'm
supposedly
saying.
had the best cotton.
This is why I say this, because this is a multicultural country.
It is. Always have been.
It always has.
Always have been.
Always has been, and that's what we got to
And
concentrate.
always
focus.
will be.
It always will be, and that's what we got to concentrate and focus on. Because even though white man tried to hide it, they can't hide it, bro. They cannot hide.
No,
it.
you can't hide it. And that's
We was all a part. All these coaches was all a part of building the United States of America.
Mhm.
right. But
America.
nobody, as far as an ethnic group, and I'm pretty sure we can all stand united on this, built this country like African ancestors
Mhm.
built this country.
Yep.
Our ancestors, black people, we really dominated when it came to building this country. We're talking about from the buildings to the roads
Mhm. Yep.
to the houses
Yep.
to the farmlands.
Right.
We built this country.
Absolutely.
Now, I mean, they don't give a lot of black people credit
Mm-hmm.
for inventions that we made
Yep.
Mhm.
Patents.
that
and
contribute
stuff.
exactly. You know what I'm talking
Yep.
about. That contributed to the building and the modernizing of this country.
Absolutely.
Technology
Yep.
in the fields that we were
Mhm.
not supposed to be in.
Mhm.
Our agriculture, of course, we made huge contributions to agriculture,
Yep.
textile manufacturing,
Yeah.
huge contributions. But let's talk about building, construction,
Mhm.
labor. I don't think there's anybody today. I think today the Mexicans are the ones that's pretty much dominating that field now.
Yeah. Probably
But
landscaping.
pri-
and stuff.
right
I wouldn't
prior
say
to
only
that,
Mexicans.
I
only
said
Spanish
I
people.
said they're dominating.
Spanish
I didn't say they were the only
Spanish
ones. I said they're
cultures.
Yeah, I
dominating.
would say
Yeah.
Spanish culture. I wouldn't
Right.
say Mexican culture.
Well,
Mexicans
you know,
are dominant, though.
they're part of the Spanish culture, right?
How could you tell who's who in now? They're all of them.
Wow.
No, I'm just saying. How
Wow.
you specify
You can
who's
tell.
whatever? You just
Yeah,
gotta
you can
say you
basically-
gotta lump
you
them
can
all in the
tell.
same thing. They're Latino.
Well,
But they're
Like they do,
dominating
yeah.
right now. But prior to them, we were doing that.
Mhm.
Now I
Matter.
don't know if a lot of African American people feel like they have to do that today. I don't think a lot of them want to do labor today. They don't want to do
Mhm.
construction today. I don't see anything wrong with being in the construction field. Matter of fact, I think that's a very honorable job to have.
Mhm.
That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with being a laborer.
Mhm.
I really don't.
Mhm.
Because one thing that being a laborer does is it gets you to use your mind.
Right.
You're not just working with your hands and your rest of your body. You're actually using your mind because you have to find a way to get the job done that doesn't hurt your body physically.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You got to take care of
Good
yourself
luck
while
with
you
that.
do that.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And yeah, good luck with that, because that's not an easy job to do because of the requirements. So I think you do have to have some kind of a mental focus and aptitude, some capabilities there mentally to be able to do the job in a way that you can sustain yourself.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because look, bro, that's a job that is very physical, right?
It is.
And then you're out in the elements,
Yeah,
you know,
definitely out in the
and you got to take care of yourself. You got to eat right, stay nourished and all that, hydrated and all that. And one of the things that we know that America has done is separate people, not just based on jobs, but also based on dietary intake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, America separates people
Yeah.
based on foods. Ain't that crazy?
Explain.
Okay. Certain jobs, you get to eat better food. Certain jobs, you get to eat better food because you're not outside in the elements, so you can eat better food. You can take better care of yourself. Certain jobs, you just got to have whatever's available to you.
Like a truck driver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a truck driver, how often would you eat healthy as a truck driver?
The only way you can do that is you bring it with you.
Bring your own food.
Right.
Meal prep.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So America has this
I could
history
relate
of
to that,
separating
what you just said.
people,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it
Bring
goes
about
to
the
what you was
food.
talking about earlier
Mm-hmm.
about how we were at one time not separated because it was so many different cultures here, so many different ethnicities here.
Mm-hmm.
It was all working together in conjunction.
Mm-hmm.
We all had a common goal.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's before I like to say the extension of the case system came into play.
The what system?
Case system.
Case?
Cased. Yeah. CASTE, the case system.
What's that?
That's
Explain.
when they have a hierarchy of jobs based on your ethnicity, your
Alright.
ethnic group that you belong to.
Mhm.
And I think that they implemented that here in America because
I see that.
at one point, yeah, that's where we got racism from.
Mm-hmm.
So at one point in time, that didn't even exist. Now you talked about the Stone Rebellion years ago, had that conversation about that, where the rich and the poor were actually in the same boat. There was no really focus on black and white. It was a class warfare type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they used race to divide us, black skin versus white skin,
Mm-hmm.
to divide us, to make
Yeah,
sure that we never come together
Mm-hmm.
and work as we're supposed to work to benefit the
Segregation.
entire country. So when you start to understand that, you look at why are we in the situation today where we said happy birthday, 250 years of being in existence, America, and you got some people like, why should we wish America happy birthday? Why should we care anything about this country?
Well, we should because we're here.
Right, but
we
you
should
got
care
some
about
black
Still
people.
driving.
This is our home.
You got some black people that don't believe that and don't feel like that.
I can understand their point
You know?
too.
Yeah, we understand their point, but
Yeah.
we don't necessarily agree with it
Right.
because you're here. You've been
Right.
here your entire life. You haven't been anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go to Africa, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard if you go to Africa, they don't necessarily want you there.
I heard that.
You get what I'm
Well, 'cause
saying?
Yeah.
Because like your man was saying that he doesn't think that he doesn't think that he's from Africa.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He doesn't think he's from Africa.
He has no connection with Africa
Right.
whatsoever.
Right.
I can understand from the perspective of we've been many generations removed.
Mm-hmm.
I will give you that all day,
Yeah.
every day.
Absolutely.
But historically, I can't.
Right.
I can't give you that historically, bro. Not when you know that the slave trade was real.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing. I had to argue with that brother to get him to face the facts of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, he was listening to somebody on YouTube and they were saying, yeah, the transatlantic slave trade, that never happened.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
No, it happened, but it didn't happen like they said it happened.
bro, come on, get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I know for a fact about the transatlantic slave trade, and this is a fact, the numbers were very, very skewed.
Right.
What they said, it far extended beyond that number.
Mm-hmm.
When you just do the math, it far extended beyond that number.
Right.
I think they said something like 8 million souls during the whole transition
Mm-hmm.
from that period of time, a 4-year period or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, it was longer than a 4-year period. And second of all, and more importantly, it was far more than 8 million people.
Mm-hmm.
Far more.
But I think more people died than actually made it here to America. That's
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we put the number at far. Well, I think was it Samuel Jackson? Samuel L. Jackson. I think he said it was something like 20 million people. I could be wrong about that,
Mm-hmm.
but it
But you know,
far
like you're saying, the people over in
it
Africa say
far
that we not them.
it
And
far
so we go over
exceeded.
there, they're not going to
It
receive.
far exceeded the 8 million. Far exceeded the 8 million.
I think that's because of the generational break,
Mhm.
distance between, us coming from there. That's why they don't consider us African.
Bro, let me tell you
They
something.
really don't believe that we're their family.
I
I think we're family to some of them, but might not be family to some, some other ones. There's a lot of
I
different
believe that
tribes
there's a tribe over there that got your name on it.
I believe it, and you too,
Oh,
yeah,
I believe
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I do believe that.
Yeah.
I always believe
Now,
that.
would I want to go there to live amongst them? I don't.
If we look like them, they might accept us.
I don't think I
as
would
long
want to go to live amongst them.
If we
I
look-
wouldn't mind
'Cause
going to
they
Africa
know
to
what-
live.
you know what?
but,
The
you know,
tribes, they know how each other look. So if
Yeah.
you say you from this tribe, they be like, no, you're not, because you
Yeah.
don't look like you from that tribe.
Tribe,
They
yeah.
know how
You
each
got
other
to say it
look.
like the African would say, "Oh no, no,
Oh no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Oh
no,
no.
oh no, no."
But
You are not from here.
speaking of that, when I was watching Channel 7.
Mhm.
The other story, Thomas Jefferson.
Which part of Thomas Jefferson you talk about?
He said the other part. So
Nah, we talking about
The
Thomas
nasty
Jefferson.
part?
Yep.
Okay.
Because
Go ahead,
the two families that he had,
Yeah,
Mhm.
the black and the white family.
that's what I was asking you.
Yeah.
Which part did you talk about?
They were talking about the whole thing.
Okay.
And I love that story.
Uh-huh.
If you get a chance, watch the story because it shows them coming together finally.
Yeah.
And-
Oh yeah, I
and-
saw that one.
Yeah, they're trying to come. They make
Many
it
generations.
many
The
generations. 'cause
slave
they-
where he had the children with
Yeah.
her side and
and
yeah, because
they-
at one
they a
time,
black
right? Correct me
guy,
if I'm wrong.
but-
I want to make sure we saw the same story.
Okay.
Because
Now I saw the day,
his side,
so I don't know.
yeah, I saw this a while ago.
Yeah,
His
so you might
side,
as well.
generations down the line, were actually rejecting the whole story.
Right.
What's the name? Sarah Lee Hemmings or something like
Yeah.
that?
Mhm.
Was
something
rejecting,
like that. I don't know if it's exactly that, but it's
Right.
Something like that. Yeah.
was rejecting the whole story that that never happened and all this stuff, and they was denying the family that they had together, but the documentary I saw actually told me from when I was watching it, I got the impression he really loved her because that's what they actually said.
yeah.
They basically said he really loved her.
Yeah.
He loved her.
Yeah. They ain't getting to that part.
Well,
They was just getting into.
You don't have
Right.
that many kids with somebody. You don't have
Exactly.
any kind of
You don't have
emotions
no
for
kind
them.
of relationship, emotional affection for
could've
that
just
person.
been, see
Yeah,
how
you don't
So
set them
I'm
free.
just-
Yeah, the good,
I'm just
good,
saying,
you know.
I'm just
And you
saying.
don't take care of the kids because he actually it's the same documentary because
Nah,
he
it's the
took care of
same.
he
It's
took
the
care of the
same.
kids.
He said,
Yeah, he
I
did.
hate
He
the
took care of
But
the
you know
kids.
what it is?
Yeah.
It's because it's a certain guy. I think he's a reverend or a preacher too.
Uh-huh.
And his I guess his cousin, what you would say,
Right.
the white side
Right.
rejected them.
Mm-hmm.
He said he went. The white guy said he went to college and studied Thomas
Mhm.
Jefferson because it was his background and everything.
Right.
And he rejected the other story because he was fed this other story.
Mhm.
He was
Right.
fed this story,
Right.
and he had to come to the realization that
It was true.
that it was true. And even the black guy said he wanted to announce himself as Thomas Jefferson Ken because he didn't like the way it happened.
Right.
Hey, yo, you gotta let me tell the story.
Well, hold on.
Go ahead.
Let me finish.
All right.
So, and in that, he said he didn't want to accept the Thomas Jefferson name,
Right.
but he had to come to the conclusion that the way it happened,
Mm-hmm.
not his fault. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's still a part of that.
It was very common during
So
those
they
days.
came together.
Yes.
This is what I like.
Yeah.
They came together because it was a burial ground for Thomas
Yeah.
Jefferson where all his kin could be buried at.
Mm-hmm.
He gave him the key so he could bury his kin there.
Mm.
And I was like, oh,
That's
so
cool.
that was
Mhm.
kind of
That's cool. Yeah.
that was
That's cool.
it was a blessing because blessed to see that for people in this
Yeah.
country to come together.
Yeah.
And I think we need that more now than ever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our two
'Cause,
cultures
bruh,
come together.
that's
It's
powerful.
called family.
That's powerful, bro.
So they supposed to meet in Washington in August, I think,
Okay.
and hopefully more they can folks to
We come together. Yeah.
And
But
he'll get to
you
know.
gotta let me
That's
tell
what
the
I
story real quick.
Well, go ahead.
You gotta let me
Tell
tell
the
That's a
story.
powerful thing, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, check it out. Check it out. This guy that I used to work with,
Mhm.
right, in the Broadway School District, said he went to a reunion, a family reunion,
Mhm.
and he walked in, and him and his cousin and whoever else came with them was the only black people there. He said he
Okay.
walked into the room and was like, you know, it was nothing there but white people.
Mhm.
You know what he told me? What you were just talking about?
Mhm.
That's his family.
Mhm.
That's the guy I used to work with. That's his family.
Right.
So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because he told me the story.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That's a powerful statement that he gave him the key to the cemetery.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
you
that
know,
is deep.
during those times,
Yeah.
there was a
Nah.
separation.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
talked
That's
about
separation.
slaves had to be buried someplace.
Yeah,
And,
you're right.
and sometimes they just buried the slaves wherever.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I believe in Atlanta, there's an area that's close with, it's supposed to be swamp ground, or it was at one time.
Mhm.
And it was like something like 3,000 slaves that was buried there.
Yeah.
They beheaded them
Yep.
and
Yeah.
buried them.
Who
Yeah, I
behind
heard
it?
that story.
White
Mm.
patty rollers,
Mm-hmm.
overseers, what you
Mhm.
want to call them. I don't know what you call them.
How many did you say it was?
3,000,
Mm-hmm.
3,000, buried them there.
Buried him. Yeah.
Over the course of years, it's a total of 3,000 people. Now that
They
now,
just
it-
cut their head off and just threw them there.
no, well, they were like runaway slaves.
Mhm.
And when they caught them, what they had a habit of doing, they was like bounty hunters.
Mhm.
So
That's what it was.
Oftentimes they would take the reward, and they would say that the slave was they found the slave, but the slave was dead,
Mhm.
Mhm.
died from dehydration, died from animal
Or whatever.
attacks.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying. And they would actually, the slave was nothing wrong with slaves. There was nothing wrong with the slaves. They just caught the slaves, killed the slaves, took the money.
Yeah.
And one of the things that they did was they cut off the slave's head
Mhm.
and
Hmm.
threw the body in the swamp area.
Nice
Mhm.
people, huh?
Well, that ain't all that they did to black people. You know, they
Yeah.
did a lot of, I mean, cutting off body parts to keep
Mhm.
as souvenirs.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
It is
But
crazy.
like Trump said, there's good people on both sides.
Well, that's true.
The reality
is
is, when it comes to the history of America,
It's distorted.
I-
We never
I-
get the whole truth.
I think
Not here in America.
that
They try to
you
hide.
can't. Yeah, but see, that's why
So hard to
I
get
love.
to.
That's why I love going with the African American historians and what they revealed
Mhm.
way back when.
Right.
Because when their history that they actually pulled out concerning our existence on this continent
Mhm.
was put forth and it was rejected, that lets me know that okay, there might be something there with what they're saying.
Mhm.
Let me look into that further. And then 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years down the road, now you find, okay, the rest of America is catching up to what they were saying.
Mhm.
They're now co-signing what they wrote that long ago. You had
You talking about like Dr. Yosef Ben Yakanan and
all of those
kind of
cats,
guys?
yeah,
Okay.
yes. And
Sheikh Anta Diop.
when you look at back in the 1500s and the 1600s over in Europe, those scholars was actually writing about African cultures back then,
Mhm.
and their views were being rejected,
Mhm.
you know, so that they can institute, you know, scientific racism, put that in place. They were being rejected for that. Eugenics and all that stuff came from that.
Mhm.
And so those early European scholars were writing positive things about African people.
Mhm.
Again, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years down the road, now their views are now being co-signed by their same colleagues generations down the road.
Mhm.
So the question is, why couldn't they accept it when it came out?
They couldn't accept it back then.
You know what I'm saying? No, they couldn't.
Things are more open now.
You know, I think that
They want
America's,
truth to come out.
and I
Yeah, it's
just
kinda
found
hard
this
to
out
hide
just
some of the stuff. We never find out the whole story, but
just
yeah, we get
yesterday.
it piece by piece. You know what I'm saying?
William Penn actually tried to put together a plan to unite the European colonies before America became united as European colonies.
Mhm.
He coined America Ya. It's Amerika apostrophe YA Galis, GELIS, right? I hope I'm saying that
What does
right.
that mean? What was that?
The arrival or coming to America. The arrival on America or coming to America. I was like, man, he did that in 1697. I'm
Mhm.
like, this is long before 1776.
Mhm.
You right? I think William Penn was a Quaker, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Nah, I don't know the background.
I think he was a Quaker.
Know the name, but not the background.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
He got a college named after him, right?
Is that
Penn
Penn State?
State. Penn State.
No, come on. That's Penn State. It's in Pennsylvania, so I would think it was like Pennsylvania.
But was
State,
it William
perhaps.
Penn? Something. It's a college name. I
You
don't.
could be right. I don't know.
But I think that
I can't say you're wrong.
the reality is that if he
Yes,
did that in
University of Penn.
1697, it actually laid the groundwork for 17. They were thinking
My
about
sister went to university.
They're thinking about formulating a union for the colonies long before it became a reality.
Mhm.
And I think what drove them to separate from the church, from the crown of England, was the tax situation, right? We learned that in school, right? About the taxation without representation,
Yeah.
which we're still getting.
Mhm.
We're doing that now.
Mhm.
Taxation, with they're raising taxes and ain't informing the American public about it, right?
But were there taxes before 1913?
I believe there were taxes before
Because
1913.
that's pretty much when I think
Yeah, because
what do they call
they
it?
had to be
What's the
because
thing?
in
The Federal Reserve?
1700s, right?
Let me finish. This Federal Reserve
Yeah.
Bank
Yeah,
and what's the ones that come get you if you don't pay?
IRS,
The IRS. They were formed in like 1913.
Internal Revenue,
Am I right?
Internal Revenue.
Am I right
Service.
about that? And I
Somewhere
think
around
that's
there.
when everything, that's when everything turned. We've been taxed ever since, but they didn't want to be taxed, so they went, they did what was the Tea Party and all
the
that good
Boston
stuff.
Tea Party.
But now they taxing us, the whole America, not only black people, but they're taxing the whole
Everybody.
America. So there probably was no taxes for a long time if they fought like that to get out of taxes. You know what
No,
I'm
I
saying?
think that they were still taxing the American public, but they were doing it for cause.
Oh, like they were putting up into the money or something like that. I mean, to the war or something like that.
Yes.
Putting forth money to the wars or whatever like that.
Yes.
I did hear that before.
Yes.
I actually did hear that
Yes.
before. Yeah. And then they just kept it, even though the
Yes.
war is over. They just kept it
I
there
mean,
like that. I did hear that.
Rob, there's a lot of things that's happening in this country that we all are aware we should not be experiencing.
Right.
That's
That's one.
you heard this. The turnpike right here,
Mhm.
Parkway and Turnpike tolls.
Mhm.
We're not supposed to be paying tolls. We're not. The highway system that we're paying tolls for, that's why we were initially paying tolls on it, so that we can fund it,
Mhm.
so they can be because they was building it.
Okay.
That was done already. They built it.
Mhm.
It was supposed to come to a close. I think 10 years ago, something like that. Don't hold me to that. Y'all look into that. But we're not supposed to be paying tolls on the Parkway or the Turnpike anymore.
Now, where you get this information from?
That's when it first came out. When they were first building the Turnpike and the Parkway, they had like $1 billion. It was like a multi-billion-dollar project, and it was only going to last for like something like 10, 20 years or something
We're
like
gonna
that.
take the taxes.
And
out of
after
the-
that, we were not
Of
going
New
to.
Jersey.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, we felt
There's-
okey
there-
doke once again. Then it sounds like.
Well,
But just to maintain it, they probably kept it.
you notice
That's why they
that
probably put toll
yeah.
plan to maintain.
you notice that they're switching from tolls, physical money, to Easy Pass.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In a minute, there ain't gonna be no tolls. It's all gonna be easy pass. They're gonna
Everything.
send it to you in the mail.
That's
Yeah.
still like
Here, send that
taxing
to
us.
us.
Yeah.
instead of getting it at the coins,
Mhm.
they get it right out of our bank accounts now.
Yeah.
That's what Easy Pass.
Yeah, that's what Easy Pass is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is about the tolls, like they never come down. You ever seen tolls come down?
I never
On
seen
these-
no,
on them?
never.
But they always
Never.
going up,
Yeah.
right?
Never seen
And they
them come
can't really like justify the reason why they're going up.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the gas. The gas is the same situation for me. The gas
Oh,
goes
man.
up, comes down, goes up, comes down. And you say that it's a problem over here. But what about the last time when the gas flew up? What was that about?
I'm gonna tell you like this.
You know?
Mhm.
I was
It's not like
listening.
they've been doing this since the 70s.
I was listening to this comedian. He had me cracking up. The dude was fun. He was hilarious. I forget the guy's name, but he was saying a lot. But one thing that stuck with me that he said was, when it comes to gas, he said, man, gas price is so high and these guys are so crooked. He said he stopped getting gas like $5, $10 worth, or asking for 3 gallons or 4 gallons. He said, I go get 1 gallon for every dollar I spend.
Mhm. Wow.
He said, hey man, give me a dollar worth of gallon gas. He said, give me a gallon of gas. He said, guys, tell him it's $1, whatever.
Uh-huh.
He said, go back Give me another $1 worth of gas. Go back. And I'm over here cracking up. And I'm saying, why is this guy doing it? Because he said they're so crooked.
Mhm.
And I went to Washington, D.C. Now, I want you to check this out. I actually looked at my receipt. I was supposed to be getting $4.59 a gallon for premium at that time. When I looked at my receipt, I was being charged the money that I was paying. I was getting $4.26 a gallon for premium. No, I was getting $4.89, not $4.26, $4.89. They were overcharging me.
Yeah.
Right?
Did you go back with the receipt?
I went back with the receipt and I showed the guy. I said, listen, this is what I'm supposed to be getting, but this is what you're charging me.
Mhm.
I said, y'all better fix this, man. Y'all better fix this.
What did he say?
He said, oh, I don't know what to tell you about that. No. I said, listen.
Was he English? Was he like,
No, I think
American?
he's Arab or something.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you what his ethnicity 100%.
You know, not many
But
white
he-
people do that anymore.
Middle Eastern,
Mhm.
right? Definitely from that region.
Mhm.
I said, look, this is wrong. I said, fix that.
Mhm.
Because I don't want to have to call the attorney general. Because they're overcharging people.
Mhm.
You're not getting the price that you're
It's
supposed to be
definitely a
paying.
crime.
Now, either it's going to be higher or it's going to be lower, but you're not getting your money's worth. You're supposed to be getting, if you're supposed to get $4.50, it's supposed to be $4.50.
Not 489.
Not $4.89, not $4.30, not you know what I'm saying? Not $4.15.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be $4.50 a gallon.
Uh-huh.
Whatever you spending it on, it's supposed to be
And
that
ain't
number.
nothing but a simple calculation in the computer on the pump.
Look,
Mhm. Mhm.
I didn't even know that was being done until that
Mhm.
comedian pointed that out. And then I thought back, like years ago, this gas station, I think it was Sunoco, they was shut down for a period of time. And I asked the gas station attendant that was there, because they was like, refurbishing it. And I said, hey man, what happened? Y'all remodeling and everything? He said, yeah, but they had got caught shortchanging customers.
Mhm.
So we don't even know if they're gonna come back as Sunoco.
Oh,
I was like,
Mm.
wow.
yeah.
I said, how they do that? He said, I don't know, man. It was something inside the machine itself that they were triggering stuff. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know they
I
could
know.
get it.
I know, yeah. It's
Yeah,
a
them guys know how
calculation.
to-
All they
yeah.
gotta do is switch. How you think when they go down
They
and
know how
stuff,
to
they
rock
be
it.
switching. They gotta switch.
Yeah,
to the
man.
pump.
But that's
The number in the pump.
that's devious, man. That's
Yeah.
like, why would you
Yeah, because a lot of people don't.
over a couple of
Let me tell you
cents?
something. A lot of people do
But
not.
that
Well,
couple of
a couple of
cents
yeah,
cents
that can
adds up.
adds up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know how
it
many
adds
people
up.
come to
They
the
charge you
gas station?
It's like you talking about 30 cents.
That's
If you was gonna be $4.50 and they charge you $4.80, that's like 30 cents.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money.
that is well, like you said.
That's
You
a lot
imagine
of
how
money.
many people come to that gas station a day,
Mhm.
Yeah,
a week,
yeah,
a month.
yeah.
That adds up.
That
Yeah,
adds up.
yeah.
That's the
That's a lot
right
of money.
time to call the attorney
30
general.
cents.
Couple of years, you make enough money to move back to wherever they from and live, live love. You know,
I think it's wrong, but that's not the only instance of corruption in America. There's a lot of corruption in America
Absolutely.
across the board. But happy 250th.
Yeah, happy 250.
You know,
anyway,
had
happy
250
250th
years
America.
of extreme. But see, this administration,
extreme corruption. Is that what you're about to say?
yeah, about extreme corruption.
How- you wait, say that again. I want to hear you say it.
Extreme corruption.
No, say 200.
250 years of extreme corruption.
Yeah.
So
Y'all got that?
this
'Cause that's real.
this administration is the epitome of corruption in America.
Mhm.
They did a report, and I was like, I wasn't surprised. Let me say that first and foremost. I was not shocked. I was not surprised. But when they actually put the number out, I had to take a step back and I was like, whoa,
Right.
that hit me.
What number?
Over $2 billion in financial gain
Mhm.
for the Trump family
Over two.
Wow.
I believe that.
in less than 16 months.
I believe
Over $2 billion
for the Trump family.
for the Trump family. That's how much they made.
That's illegal.
That is highly illegal.
That's illegal.
Now they talking about coming for the entire family.
Ain't nobody got no heart, man. Anybody got no heart.
No,
He
no,
should've
no,
been
no,
out
no,
of
no.
there. You should have been
Nah.
out of there.
It's my yeah, and you right to a extent, but it's time for the people to take arms.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying.
Who you think I'm talking about?
I understand
The
what you're
people.
saying.
The people ain't got no
But
heart.
I'm
The
just
peoples.
saying. Yeah, but I'm
Gotta get to
saying
the
because
peoples.
you got Congress in there, and he had a lot of backing in Congress.
Mhm.
So this is where I say when we vote,
Mhm.
we gotta get them jokers out of there.
Well,
And this upcoming November,
mhm.
this is where the people gotta stand up and be like, we don't want you no more. We gotta put some people in here that's gonna take care of us
Right.
instead of trying to benefit
Which ain't
from
never
their
gonna-
power
No,
and
I'm
their
sorry,
authority.
guys, but that ain't
Well,
never
the
gonna happen.
people that were down with
That
them,
ain't never gonna happen.
that are in Congress, a lot of them made a lot of money because of him.
Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
You know,
I know.
so they're not going to vote to take him out.
At all.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
At all.
saying?
That's why we gotta get those people out.
Man, but listen,
And it's November.
it doesn't really matter who's in the White House to me. But this
Yeah,
is
it
just
do.
this is my
Yeah, it
personal
do.
opinion.
It does matter. It
does
does
matter.
matter.
This
It does
is my
matter.
opinion.
That's
right?
a fact.
Your
It doesn't really matter who's in the White House. It's nothing going to change for us unless we make them make the change. There ain't nothing
How
going to
we
change
do
for
that?
us. Well, you see, do you know?
How we do that?
Okay, you said how we do that.
You're doing a
I'm
lot of
trying to tell
stuttering
you.
there, son.
You asked me how we do that. I'm trying to tell you,
Mhm.
right? You know when all those people were out there marching for no kings
Yeah.
and all
Yeah.
that good stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You remember when we were out there marching and dying,
Mhm.
you know, for civil rights.
Mhm.
Now they out there marching because they don't like what's happening to them. But if we say anything about that we're being discriminated on, then they say we just complaining, right? So what's got to happen is
That's what I'm
those
talking
no
about.
king guys
You have to go vote.
and us from this, you know, and
Civil
us from the
rights.
civil rights side
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
have to come together
Uh-huh.
because I'm almost sure that
Go ahead.
most of them people that were out there
Go ahead.
marching,
Go ahead.
right,
Yeah.
voted for Trump. I believe that. I believe that they
Okay.
voted for Trump. But
Some,
you know what I
yeah,
also
some.
believe? When Trump turned on them, they said, "Oh, black people, why y'all ain't helping us out?" Yo, man, we already helped y'all out. What y'all doing right now is because of us.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You trying to hold us back for what we did to get you over here living like you living.
Okay, so we
You
got to come
understand what I'm
together
trying to
and
say?
do what?
We got to
Finish
listen,
that thought.
Listen, we
Yeah.
got to come together and make this like one strong country
How do we
right?
do that?
that understands that the rights of all people matter.
I
It's
agree.
not just the Black
agree.
Lives Matter. It's
I
not
agree.
just the White Lives Matter.
I agree.
All
agree.
people matter. But
Now-
this is the thing. What I don't know how to do is to get Black people to listen to other Black people. Because every time I turn around, the Black people who are supposed to be in the position to help Black people are talking bad about Black people. So how are we gonna come together? If we can't come together ourselves and then come together with the other people who are in our same boat, because we're all poor, you know what I'm saying? We're all poor. But if we can't come together within our Black community,
Mhm.
then how are we gonna come together with anybody else?
Well, I
It gotta
just-
start with us.
I agree with you on a lot
You know
of
what
these
I'm saying?
things. I
It's
agree
gotta
with
start
you.
with
It
us.
sounds very, 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 very positive, and it's very real. It's a very real solution. But you still didn't answer Sean's question.
What's the question? What's the question?
How do we do that?
Listen,
We come together.
if
We
I
got
could-
that part of coming
listen,
together.
if I
The
could
no
stand
kings,
here-
civil rights, all coming together. We got that point.
Okay.
But where do we go from there?
Okay, you asked me a question. Let me finish it.
Go ahead and
Or you wanna
finish.
keep talking?
I want you to
You
answer
sure you're
the
done?
question.
Okay. Now,
Stop getting smart and answer the question.
the answer to your question is
Yes.
if I knew the answer to your question, I wouldn't be sitting here. That's all.
So you don't know that.
Come on, man. How can I say I know how to bring Black people together?
No, no.
It's something that hasn't happened. How can I say I know how?
No, no.
We got to get together
See,
first.
see,
That's not
we
that-
we
that
have
is
to
Black
get
people
together. first.
It's not the answer.
Well, I'm saying if we don't get together first, getting together with somebody else is going to be really.
You guys are witnessing this, right?
it's going to be really.
You're
hard.
witnessing this, right? All right.
Witnessing what?
What you talking about?
Yeah.
You're still not answering the question.
I am answering the question.
No, you're not.
The answer to your question is I don't know how to get Black people together. It has never really, has never really happened.
How you
It
go
has
from
never
no
really
king,
happened.
the people from no kings, and the people from the civil rights coming together? How do you get from there to black
Because
people
I'm
together?
saying we need to come together.
Getting black
right?
people together.
Okay, Black people and them, the civil rights and them need to come together, right? Because we all poor, right?
Right.
But now my thing is to that, my answer to that is, but I don't know how to get us together.
But this
You
is
know what I'm
this the
saying?
thing.
I just don't know how to get us together. I don't know
This
that.
the thing.
I wish I did know that. Oh, what you say? You clapping your head like you know? Well, you give the answer then.
No, my thing is.
I'm
my
saying,
thing is,
I'm saying, I know.
my thing.
You
is,
know how?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
My
know.
thing.
Could you please let him say?
All right, let me say this first. and then answer the question.
Yeah, he
My
knows
thing
everything.
is,
Yeah, shout
you
out.
know what?
Yeah,
you
shout
know,
out.
you know what's bringing us together?
What?
High groceries, high gas, high rent, high everything.
Right, 'cause
this
we're
stuff,
poor.
this stuff.
To them, we're poor.
Listen, even I don't care. You middle class, upper class, they got to be saying, "Yo,
This is
we
too
can't-
high.
This is too high."
Mhm.
They
It's
got
enough is
to be
enough.
saying that. They got to be like, "Yo, $4,000 for apartment. Come
Mhm.
on, you know what I'm saying? A month.
You know what
Come
the
on,
problem
yeah.
is, though, Sean?
Yeah,
This is the problem. And I'm pretty sure you'll agree with this.
Is this the answer to his question?
No, the answer to his question is we go out and we vote.
yeah,
The,
yeah.
the,
that's
the
it.
problem is this.
That's
The
it.
problem is this.
Obama
man.
was in the White House.
Yeah,
Did
he-
anything
he-
change?
He did. He
Yeah.
did change
Did
some
he?
things.
Changed a lot
Yes, he
of
did change a lot of stuff.
Okay,
You
so
know,
we're
he
not
brought-
in the boat. So
He
so
brought-
we're
he
not.
brought
We're saying.
healthcare to the
So we're better
multiple
now.
people who never had health.
So we're better now.
You know
and
that, right?
The healthcare thing backfired.
Yeah,
No, it
I-
didn't.
That
No, it
It's
did.
still
my
exists today.
man.
They trying to
Listen,
get rid of
guys.
It
it.
did.
You guys
No,
are
it didn't.
not speaking what you know because I'm gonna tell you
Oh, my
this:
goodness.
the
10
the
minutes
healthcare
left.
thing did not work because what the healthcare
The
thing
Affordable Care Act.
yeah, but what happened was they made people that had full-time jobs work 29 hours, right? So that they could stay because it was 30 more hours a week, and you are supposed to get benefits, healthcare, right? So they cut their people who was working a full-time job back to $29 a month.
And
Listen to
this-
this.
You understand what I'm saying?
Try this
back,
on.
I'm sorry. Back to well, 29 hours a week. Yeah,
Check
29.
this out.
I said that wrong. Excuse me. 29 hours a week.
You have to work.
Can I share
29
something with you real
hours.
quick?
29 hours a week. If they didn't want to pay you that, if they didn't want to pay for your health care, they took your hours from 8 hours until you worked from 40 hours to 29 hours because anything 30 or more hours,
Mhm.
they have to pay for it.
Right.
So what they did was make a lot of poor people poorer
Cut the
because now you don't have the money you used to have.
I just want to share this with
You
Rob
don't
real
have the
quick.
money you used to. I know this for a fact because I work in the
Check this
field.
out. Check this out. You know when Obama took office, when he came over and took office, when he came into office, that's what I'm going to say. I know I get it. When he came into office, you know where America was in what's considered to be a financial crisis, right?
We're still in a financial crisis.
Listen to me. You're aware of that, right? So he had a 10-year plan.
Right.
All right. You're only going to do 8 years. If you
Mhm.
get reelected, it's only 8.
Right.
But he had a 10-year plan.
Mm.
So that means the president that came behind him only had 2 years to go following that plan, right? So the 10-year plan was working.
Mhm.
It was working. By I think the fourth or fifth year of Obama's presidency, you started to see the shift in the economy of America. It started going from downward to upward. You started seeing unemployment decreasing across the board for every ethnic group, especially African Americans. You started seeing education rising under Obama. Right
He
now,
ain't do nothing.
Trump come into office.
This
Let him
stuff
finish.
is
Trump-
not a
Trump
fact.
came into office. Yeah, right.
Wow,
And,
man.
The first thing.
You should really have
The
facts
first thing.
when you talk. You should have facts
pull it up.
when you speak.
You know you can research
America.
that.
Obama
Pull it up.
didn't do anything for black people. Period.
Man, listen.
Period.
When Trump got into
Okay?
office, when he
And I'm
got
not
into
saying it was
office,
his fault. He had his hands cut.
when Trump
They
got
wouldn't
into
back him for
office,
He could.
But he didn't do
The
it.
first thing
now,
he
you say he
did-
couldn't do anything. I will agree with that. But
listen.
because he couldn't.
The first
But he
thing-
might have tried.
The
but he
first thing
didn't.
that Trump did when he got into office
Uh-huh.
was that I'm going to undo everything that Obama did,
Right.
and that's exactly what he set out to do.
Right.
Just what he did.
And when he
That's a fact.
undid that 10-year plan, because in that 10-year plan, when the economy started switching from a downward to a trend to an upward trend,
So what you
we
saying?
had a freeze on
What you saying is
for taxes
if
for a
Trump
period
would
of
have
time.
followed Obama, that
Let
we would be in a
10
better
Tim,
place?
man.
Yes,
Is
Yes.
that what you're saying?
yes, I am.
Okay, so he didn't
Honestly.
follow
He
Obama.
didn't.
So that's the only reason why we're in the jam right now.
No, the,
Because he
rea-
didn't follow
no, the
Obama.
reason why we're in the jam right now, is because of Trump's policies. Period.
Yeah.
Because when Biden got into office,
Right.
he started undoing some of the things that Trump did. He didn't undo everything. This is my take on the president. A good president looks at what the previous president did that was good, that helped the country, and he keeps those policies going.
A good president, yeah.
A
But
bad
we're talking about
president.
Donald Trump now. We're talking
That's
about
what I'm saying.
Don.
This is my take on the
Talking about the
president.
Donald.
A bad president will not do that. So Donald Trump got in office, or Biden got into office. He saw what Trump did. He saw what Obama did, because he was a part of that. He said, let's go back to this because it was working.
Who was a part of what?
Biden was a part
Okay.
of Obama's.
That's right.
So he said, let's go back to this because it was working. So he tried to put these policies in place to go back to that.
Mhm.
Trump
right
came
about
back
that
into office, and the first thing Trump did said, all right, I'm going to get rid of everybody that can stop me from doing what I want to do. And that's exactly what he did. He got rid of everybody that could stop him from what he was. Now, here's the thing about the
I
Epstein.
understand some of the stuff he did, but not all of it.
Here's the Epstein link. You know, under Obama, they had conversations with Epstein. Under Obama.
My stomach.
Now, I found out that before Obama got into office, I think it was Bush, they also had information on Epstein.
Yeah, Bush was
Right? And then when Trump got in, they had that same information, right?
Who you saying Epstein had information about?
No,
what-
they had information on Epstein and his dealings.
Who had that? Who had that?
The American government,
Okay.
Department of Justice.
Okay. And they just let it
Because
go?
remember, Obama put
Explain what you said about that.
Obama put in they arrested him at one time,
Arrested who?
Epstein,
Okay.
and Epstein copped a plea, the first arrest for the offense. You know how that goes.
You probably ratted on everybody, but
Yeah,
yeah.
he was going to drop the hammer down on everybody.
Okay.
So he got this deal, and then Trump got into office,
Mhm.
and all of a sudden the deal kind of like was taken off the table. But Epstein died
Supposedly.
they killed him.
Supposedly.
I mean,
Yeah,
supposedly,
we
but
gotta say that.
nobody know where he's at now. Right.
Hey, somebody knows. where
He's
he
in
is.
the grave, or he's
Let's just say we don't know where he is.
he's
I don't know where he is.
supposedly he died.
I'll speak for myself. I don't
Right.
know where he is.
And that happened under Trump watch. Right? Right.
Could be not.
That's the Epstein link.
Dang, man.
That's
we
Epstein
talked
link.
57 minutes. Already.
Right?
That's crazy.
So now you look at today's
Yeah, I got
news,
3 minutes.
and we still dealing with the Epstein fallout, even today.
Yeah.
Right. He's been dead since when?
well,
2000
he's
and-
dead.
In what, 2018, 19? Something like that?
Yeah.
Has it really been that long?
Yeah, it's
This
been a
is
while.
2026.
Yes, it's been a
That
minute.
happened that long ago?
That long ago.
I didn't realize that.
Look it up.
They arrested his counterpart, his co-conspirator, if you want to call it, his partner, the lady, Maxwell.
Okay, because there was another guy that they arrested behind that, and he supposedly is dead too.
Okay.
The one who had some type of dealing with the education system, like
Okay.
books or something like that.
He
It's
died
on
August 10th, 2019.
19.
August 10,
Okay.
2019.
Mm.
And we still dealing with that fallout
Mhm.
because people want to know, what was he going to say? Who was he going to tell on?
Mm-hmm.
Because like you said,
Well, they got the file.
he was
so-
going to tell on
Yeah,
them.
but they got the
He was
file,
going to drop
so-
the hammer on them. They got the files, but they're not releasing the file.
No.
They
No.
released
They
some,
they released
but
some,
they ain't
but the
released
most
rest of it.
critical parts
Yeah.
are not being released, and we would never see those files
I
I
heard
don't
Donald
believe-
Trump name was in there like a lot.
over 5 million times.
You said 5 million. You didn't mean to
Right.
say 5 million.
Yeah, 5 million times.
His name in there.
You know how
Yeah.
much 5 million times
Yeah,
is?
yeah.
How big was the book? How
Well,
big was
that's the
file?
room. That's the
It's the
rumor.
biggest.
The actual
Actually,
the
it's
actual
over a million.
number-
It couldn't fit in this room.
number I heard
over 1 million pages.
is
Wow.
for
I've
every
never read that.
3 pages, his name is in there, or it's inferred or referred in those pages. So that's a lot of times.
Wait, every 3 pages?
Every 3 pages,
He's in there
he's in there
more than once?
more than once.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is in there more than Epstein is in there. Now, I don't believe we'll ever see those files.
Not all of them.
Not until this administration is gone.
But that's why
That's true.
he's
Something
the
happened to him.
epitome of the corruption that we've seen in this country historically.
Because he put people in the DOJ that he can control.
Mhm.
Because they the ones who's supposed to reveal the files.
And the only thing to do to turn this stuff around is to get them cats
As
out,
soon
like
as he
Sean
got
said,
in
get them out.
office This term. As soon as he got in office, he started putting his people in.
As soon as he
said,
and he cut out funding to make sure that those watchdog organizations that were watching that and monitoring that and reporting on that no longer have funding, so they had to close their doors. And some of those organizations, he outright just canceled them, outright, closed them down, shut them down. We're talking about these watchdog organizations that were monitoring child sex trafficking rings. Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
You know, soon this country hasn't really been a democracy in a long time, but soon, like, everybody's gonna find out, like, it's not a democracy.
Well, it's coming out now that they
it's not
had
governed by the people.
It's coming out now
Because
that
the
they
people aren't
had
together.
You know, the big
We gotta
thing
get the
now
people together.
is
I think the people dropped the
no
ball.
Sharia law, no Islamic law on American soil, but in Islam you can marry a minor.
Obviously.
I don't know if you still could, but at one time you were able to.
Yeah, I believe
And
that.
now it's coming out that they're finding that in America that was a law in some states. A man could marry a minor.
Yeah.
So how you going to
It's
holler
perverted,
about
but-
no Sharia, no Islamic anything, but yet the very laws that are established in this country mirror those laws?
Are you saying this country's laws are based on Sharia law?
Some of them are.
Okay.
Some of
This
them are.
Muslim told me that, and I laughed
Some
at him.
states,
But he was
but
right.
you gotta have
Yes.
permission
He was right.
from
The brother was right.
the parents
Yes.
of the minor.
You can't argue against a religious established order when the very governmental order is mirroring that.
Yeah. Well, they said the Moors set this government up. So maybe because a lot of the Moors were Muslim.
Some of them are.
So it's a possibility. Now that you think about it.
That's crazy.
But we gonna end this on a good note.
All right, let's do that. Let's
So
do
the
that.
good note is,
Let's do that because we always fight. Y'all know that.
yeah, I mean the good note is happy birthday, 250. America.
He
That's-
can't
hey,
say what
happy
the street
birthday.
Hey, I love
happy
it. I
birthday,
love it.
America. So even though we have our trials and tribulations
Yep.
through this country,
Yeah.
all the mishaps, chaos,
Mhm.
and it's probably still going on today.
But the Lord has
Even
been
though-
keeping us, man.
Yeah. We have to keep fighting as people in the United States.
But you know
For
what, Sean?
equality. We have to fight for equality.
We got to fight for those things.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing with you now,
Yeah, good.
but I'm also agreeing with Rob as well. We got to come together to do that
Oh, yeah,
fighting.
absolutely. That's why I said the people in this country,
Yeah.
because we have to fight. We have to come together and fight for
It's
equal
sad.
rights, equal everything.
It's sad,
And,
Sean.
yeah.
It's sad.
Thank you, America, for New Jersey. I love New Jersey.
It's sad because you got people trying to determine right now who can, who cannot be American.
Yeah,
That's what's crazy.
that was a big one. That was a big
We'll
one.
talk about that next
Yeah,
time.
we'll talk about it next
All
time.
right.
But-
Let's wrap it up.
For me, co-host Rob, my other co-host Ronald, and my boy Matt over there,
That
engineer.
little lion.
This is Open Up Forum, and we out. Peace.
Peace.